American Pinball owners, Dave Brennan with American Pinball Tech Service. Today I'm joined by Greg Nye, our computer guy here at American Pinball, who's going to assist in installing an electronic coin mech on this European wired game. Electronic coin mechs are useful for countries that have several different currencies available, so you can just basically put in an example coin and wire this into your coin door to accept whatever you put into the mech. So without further ado, we're going to zoom in to the coin door, show you how this gets installed and wired up.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is loosen these two screws for these latches and access. You want to line these two up with the two holes in the back. And then put your latches back in and tighten them down. Okay, so now you want to remove this plastic coin that it comes with by pushing this back. Moving that, and then we can place our quarter inside.
Alright, now we're on to the wiring section of the electronic coin mech. This one, essentially, you need to power it and you need to set up so when the coin drops into the mech that it registers that switch closure. So what we're doing is we're going to tie in this connector of the coin mech with the connectors for the coin slots up here. So on the label it says black for ground, red for 12 volt. So that's these two wires here. And on the top here, on the American Pinball game, the yellow is your 12 volt positive, the black is your negative. So you're going to do black to black, red to yellow. That's for the power. And then on the coin mech here, it says for the coin meter it's either yellow or gray. So I'm going to take the gray so we don't confuse it with the yellow power up on the coin wires over here. And then we're going to use a normally open for the switch line. So that is the green wire on the coin mech. And we're going to connect it to coin switch 1, which is the gray wire with the red stripe on the left hand side here. And this matches up with the quick reference guide. If you go to AmericanPinball.com and you go to support, and for each one of the games there is a quick reference guide that lists all of the switches for the game, including all the wire colors, so you know which one goes to which coin. So in this case we're going to use coin 1. Alright, since this particular coin mech did not come with any kind of connector that would plug into this PCB, what we're going to do is tap into the wires that go in here. And so like I said before, the yellow is your power, the black is ground. In this case, I'm going to use what's called a T-tap connector, and this basically just goes onto the wire, and then you clamp it closed, and then you take a spade end and crimp it onto the power wire. So strip a little end off of it and put it into the spade connector, and then I'm going to crimp this end on. Now that that's crimped on, you can plug this into the T-tap connector. And then you'll do that same step for the ground black to black, and then you'll take the gray wire, and the gray is also going to go to the black ground, so these two, and then your green wire is going to go to gray with the red stripe, and that will be for your coin 1. Now that I have them all connected up, I actually just used one spade connector, since these are both going to ground, for the power ground and then the coin counter gray. But I wanted to touch base on the adjustments for the coin mech itself. So if you look at the side here, it has a couple of adjustments for the timer of the switch. So you have a slow, medium, and fast switch. So that's just how it reads, how quick it reads it. And typically you want to have it on, it's set standard at medium, but you want to have it on slow. But just, obviously we'll test it and I'll show you how that works. And then the VR tuning, that's the sensitivity to, if you have coins that are very similar in size, you might want to make sure you test that so it accepts the coin that you want it to accept. So you can increase or decrease the sensitivity, because this coin reader is reading the type of metal and the weight for that particular coin.
Okay, we're going to try a quarter through the slot and make sure it reads and doesn't get rejected. So it went to the coin box and made the sound. I'm going to put a dime in there. That would end the reject. I'll try a penny. Same thing, and a reject, and a nickel. Now put another quarter in. Do that again. So it's reading the quarter and rejecting everything else.
Now that your coin unit is set up and it's accepting your coins, now we'll go into the service menu to set up how many coins equal 1 credit on the game. So open your coin door and use the coin door buttons just like it says on the screen, and turn to the service menu, and then you go over to settings and then pricing, and then here is where you're going to change this around. So remember, we tapped into the gray wire with a black stripe for coin unit 1 or coin slot 1. And this is where you can actually change what the units are for that slot. So in this case, we're using quarters, and 4 quarters equal $1. So when we go down to the pricing plan, so it'd be 4 units, 4 quarters equals 1 credit. And then you can also set, so this is 0.25 is the unit value. So you can go in here, and there's several presets. What a lot of operators like to do is they can give a deal for your credits. So you could do so 4 quarters equals 1 credit, or 8 equals 3, to give people the incentive to put in more money. So what we'll do is I'll show you that works. So let me back out using the green coin door button, and I'm going to drop in some coins. And there you can see that the function is now working. So you'll have to, depending on what currency you're going to use, you'll have to decide how you want to set this up, and kind of do the math for what equals a credit for your location. Thanks for watching this tech tip video. If you have any questions along the way on anything that we didn't cover, please reach out to me at the email or phone number listed at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching.